No.
Nice.
Woo!
You're still on the street. Good morning, Howard, Marlene. Glad you guys have the bags ready. That's good. I hope they're loaded up with way more weight than you can handle. Or an appropriate amount of weight. That's probably fine.
Hello. Good morning. For those of you that have not seen Facebook, you need a couple of pieces of equipment today. A chair is one of them. A backpack is another one. Ryan put way more things in here. I had just a couple of cans in here before, but Ryan's now put a textbook in there for me. I don't know if you can see. I'll take them out since we're going to wait for a couple more people to arrive. Essentials of strength training and conditioning. What else is in my bag? Tomatoes. More tomatoes. And some beans. So, if you don't have a backpack, you can use one of these suckers. If you do have a backpack, you can put a book and some cans in there. I know you have a chair, so that should be pretty easy. Today's workout's going to be pretty fun, I think. You're going to have to use your brain a little bit and some space. But, you know, we like to keep it creative. Some of our workouts today are inspired by a gentleman, I think he's Irish.
The abs trainer.
Yeah, ABS trainer on Instagram. So for those of you that are on Insta, check him out. The ABS trainer.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he's got lots of really cool different at-home training ideas with minimal equipment. He uses some bands.
Lots of backpacks.
And lots of backpacks. Water bottles, big water jugs on broomsticks. So we've got a couple of things inspired from that today. What else? It's kind of cloudy here. What's the weather like by you today? For those of you that are here, put it in the comments. Is it cold? Is it rainy? Is it sunny? Little bit of trivia for you this morning. It's ant season, if you didn't know. Trivia question number 1 for those of you that are here already. We still have 2 minutes till 9 o'clock. So I'm trying to keep you entertained. Question number 1. What is a common household item that you can use to get rid of ants in your backyard? I don't actually know the answer. I do know the solution that you would use, but I don't know the household item. But I think you have it in your house somewhere. Okay, I screwed that one up. So question number 2, I'll give you the answer for question number 1 in a second. But question number 2, how low or how long of a burrow can ants make underground? So if you've ever seen those ant farms from like, I don't know, the 90s when kids used to have ant farms and they had those burrowing little branches. How long are those branches typically for an ant colony? Okay, I'm gonna leave you with those two questions and having to get yourself some equipment, and I will be right back. And I may or may not be Googling an answer for household common things for the question number 1. Okay, I have an answer for those of you that are here early.
Good morning, Brenda.
Oh, Brenda,
Good
you'll
morning,
like this.
Jim.
Okay, so Brenda, before you said good morning, whether or not you saw us, we were talking about ant trivia. So question number 1 was, what common household item can you use to treat ants? Brenda, don't answer because I know you know.
Well, it's not common household item.
Well, apparently you can get it over the counter. It's boric acid, okay? That's the answer. So if you got it at home, A+. Question number 2 was, how far do ant burrows underground reach? And the answer is 9 feet is the typical burrow depth or branch distance.
Now, in case you're concerned, we do not have ants in our house.
We know, but there's some ants in the park across the street.
Right
And we
near
know
the-
some people that have had some issues with them recently.
The ants live right by our slacklining tree in the park.
Yeah, we were slacklining the other day, getting outdoors, trying to balance and things.
And the little boy came to play with all the ants.
Yeah. And I know my dad's got an ant infestation inside his house right now. So
Oh,
he
dear.
was killing a bunch of ants while we were talking on the phone.
But that's in Quebec. Those ants are far from us. We're safe from them.
Yes.
We're safe from those
And
Quebecois
maybe
ants.
those Quebecois ants parlent en français. Maybe they speak a little French. You know.
So for those of you who are just joining us, if you didn't catch our most recent post on Instagram or on Facebook that we just put on last night, you do need a little bit of equipment for today. So Teresa and I have our equipment set already. You do need 1 chair per person exercising, and you also need a bag, 1 bag per person exercising. So Teresa's using a shopping bag, and I'm using a backpack. A backpack or shopping bag are what we suggest. Do not use a plastic bag because it's not good for the environment, but also because it will not hold the weight that we'd like you to fill up.
Will break.
It will break. So get a strong reusable bag or a backpack and fill it with some weight. My backpack here has 2 15-pound dumbbells in it. And if you've got some dumbbells at home, feel free to load up as much as you'd like. Probably anywhere between like 25 and even up to 50 pounds would be appropriate for this workout. So if you're feeling up to it and you've got 50 pounds worth of weight at home, dump it into a backpack. As for Teresa, she's got some textbooks,
A
textbook, and a bunch of canned goods. She's got some tomatoes and some beans, I believe, in her reusable shopping bag to create some weight. So we want everyone to take a minute, if you don't already have your stuff, and just go run off and grab a shopping bag or a backpack for each exerciser watching today, and fill it up with some weight. Again, anything from 25 to 50 pounds would be appropriate, depending on how eager you're feeling. but making sure that you have at least a little bit of weight worth of stuff in there is ideal.
And chair.
And a chair. Don't forget your chair. We'll be sitting while Teresa works out today. She'll be doing the workout and we'll be watching from the chair. Now, we did mention a bit earlier when we came onto the stream, and for those of you joining us, a lot of our workouts today were inspired by a fitness professional who goes by the ABS trainer on Instagram. He has a lot of really great at-home workouts where he builds exercise equipment out of stuff that you might have at home, or really basic exercise equipment like bands and a step. But he also uses a lot of water jugs and backpacks filled with things and chairs and that. So some of his movements have inspired our workout today. So let's see what time it is. It is 9:05, so we should probably get started. So last call to get your equipment, and then Teresa's going to take us through our warm-up. So make sure you have a chair for each person exercising, and a shopping bag or a backpack filled with some weight, anywhere from 25 to 50 pounds. But if you don't have that much weight, that's okay. Just fill it with whatever you can. Okay?
And it's going to be a little bit tight for us on space, so you may not see my head while we're doing our warm-up today. We're going to be doing a little bit of yoga flow for our warm-up today. So spread yourselves out so you got a little bit of space, either a cushion on the floor or a mat on the floor or a carpeted area, whatever you've got is fine. And we will begin. So I'm going to get you guys to take a big breath in. I'm going to step back a little bit.
You want to stand on this one? I think you can see a bit more.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Well, we'll just go with it. So you're going to take a big breath in, reach your arms up and overhead, and then exhale, fold from your hips, bend into the knees if you need to, and reach towards the floor. Inhale into a halfway lift, support yourself on the legs, and exhale, fold forward, and come into a plank position. Drop the knees to the floor as you exhale the chest through the arms and down towards the hands. Inhale into an upward facing dog. Squeeze the buttocks. And then exhale, lift the hips up, tuck the toes under, and move into downward facing dog. We're gonna, it's okay if they can see you better. Ryan's concerned that you guys can't see, but you can listen to my voice. So you're gonna keep the arms and legs strong and long. Relax in the neck. Give the head a little bit of a shake and a nod gently. Set the shoulders down towards your back pockets. You might not have any back pockets on the pants that you elected to wear today or shorts, but metaphorically speaking, spread the fingers, spread the toes. And take 2 more full breaths in here. Long on the inhale and long on the exhale. On your next exhale, step your feet towards your hands and fold forward. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale the hands through heart center. Okay, we're going to do a variation on that same sun salutation. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink into the knees and hinge at the hip. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, you're going to actually step your right leg back here and come down onto your right knee. And then come into a high kneeling position. You're going to inhale and reach both arms up, and exhale and sink into the front knee. Getting a stretch through the front of your hip flexor on the right side, but lifting your torso up. Squeeze the buttocks and keep the hips in neutral as you take 1 more full breath in here, stretching into the front of the hip flexor. And then take 1 more inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring the hands to the inside of the front foot. So we're gonna do a little bit of a runner's stretch here. You're gonna keep your hands placed down and you're gonna activate your right thigh and lift your knee up and off the floor. We're gonna hold here for 2 breaths. Nice long spine. Leg is active, glutes are active. On your next inhale, you're going to take your left hand and reach it up and over. And then return. And then again, inhale, right arm goes up and over, and then return. The knee can come back down to the floor, the right knee, and you're going to inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, bring your left knee back, and you're going to bring the hands down to the floor, and we're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. So you're going to take an inhale and look forward and gently rock your weight forward over your hands as you sway your back. And then you're going to exhale, shift your weight back with your hips over your knees and push the thoracic spine up towards the ceiling. Now you can tuck your toes under here. And I learned just recently that you can actually lift your toes up and off the floor for a little bit more here. So again, we're going to inhale, lean forward slightly over the hands, sway the back. And then exhale, shift your weight back and round into the spine. Inhale once more. And exhale. From here, we're going to actually push up into downward facing dog. And you're going to take 2 breaths. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Long arms, strong legs, and relax in the neck. Deep, full inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, step your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, come all the way up. And we're going to do that same thing, except we're going to make sure that we do the left side. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, and this time step your left leg back, come down onto the knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, lean in to the front of the flexor on the left side. Big breath in to lengthen, and then exhale to come a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to your kneeling position. Bring your hands down to the floor. And we're gonna, again, press into the left toes and lift the left knees up and off the floor. So strong, active position here. Set the shoulders. Your right foot should be just outside your hands here. Legs active, glutes are active. And then we're going to drop the knee back down and reach the arm up and back and return. And inhale, reach and return. Okay? And then we're going to come into that high kneeling position again, reach the arms up. Bring the knee back. And bring your hands to the floor. This time, instead of cat-cow, we're going to do a little bit of bird dog. So we're going to try and activate the core. So you're going to tuck your toes under. And you're going to take your right arm out on a slight angle, like you're hitching a ride. So you got your thumb up towards the ceiling, and you set your shoulder back and down. Left leg extends out with the toes still on the floor. Try not to kick your chair. And then lift gently, just a little bit off the floor, just a couple of inches. Legs active, arms active. So if I was in your home, I would definitely be coming and trying to push your arm and your leg and challenge your stability in this position. Okay, so imagine I'm there and I'm pushing you around and I'm pushing your leg and you're not moving. Hold for one more breath in. And then as you exhale, bring it all back to center. We're going to do the other side.
And I'm going to push Teresa.
Left arm goes out, nice and strong, hitch a ride, and flex the toes towards the shins as you reach your heel to the back wall. And stay strong and stable. 2 more full breaths here. And then exhale and release. We're going to press into downward facing dog once again. So lift the hips high, a little bend to the knees, long spine, long arms, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Full breaths here. Relax the neck, set the shoulders, and press the heels towards the floor. On your next inhale, look towards your hands, and then exhale, step your feet towards your hands and fold forward. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Okay, I think we're pretty warm, but do you guys feel nice and toasty? Hopefully you're a little warmer than when we started. I think we're gonna get into explaining our exercises so you guys know what to expect. Yeah.
Okay. So, one final call, and you'll see me doing all the exercises with our equipment, but you do need a chair, and you need either a backpack or a shopping bag, and your backpack or shopping bag is going to be loaded up with weight or cans or textbooks or bags of sand or whatever you've got at home that can add some weight. So I've got 2 15-pound dumbbells in my bag. Teresa's got some canned goods and some textbooks in her bag, okay? So we're gonna alternate between an exercise where you're gonna use your bag and an exercise where you're gonna use your chair. Today's workout has a lot of exercises straight in a row. So I am gonna explain them all, which will take a few minutes, but then once we get into it, it's gonna be a kind of quick and dirty workout for today, okay? So, following along, our first exercise that we're going to do today is going to use your bag. We're going to do a bag front squat. So I'm going to show you how you're going to want to hold your bag, depending on if you've got a backpack or if you've got a shopping bag with you. So if you've got a backpack, you can either grab it by the back straps and hold your fists up tight to your chest, or you can even strap the bag on backwards and just hold it in front of you like a baby carrier or something, and hold your hands tight to your chest in front of the bag. Now, if you're using a shopping bag, I'd recommend grabbing it low here and holding it up tight by your chest, the way I did with the straps in my bag. Or like Teresa was doing, she's almost was gonna curl it, which is fine too, hands underneath, and keep it up tight to your chest. Either way, you want those hands tight to your chest, high under your neck. And then from there, we are going to squat. Okay, so when you're squatting, try to keep that back neutral, don't round over, chest nice and high, and just get as much depth as you're capable of. And we'll give you some more cueing as we go through it, okay? Our second exercise is going to be using our chair. So for our chair, we're going to get into a side plank position. So I'm going to rest my elbow on my chair, and I'm getting into a side plank position with my top leg forward and my bottom leg back. I'm going to take my free hand at the top here, put it behind my head, and then I'm going to do a crunch, bringing my back knee and my top elbow here towards each other from that side plank position. We're trying to keep the glutes on tight, core on tight, so it's holding your hips up. They're not slumping while you're doing it. And we'll be doing that on both sides. And I'll give you the rep ranges as we get into it. let's be more focused on the actual movement for now. So that's movement number 2. Movement number 3, back to our bag. We're gonna do a pen lay row with the bag. So pen lay row is a pull from off the floor. So for this one, I'm gonna hold on to the straps of my backpack, get my feet a little bit wider than my backpack, and my back is nice and flat, my butt's pushed back in this hinged over position, and I'm gonna pull to my chest, or more to my ribs, and then right back to the ground. So my elbows come back and up, fists come towards the ribs, bag touches to the ground every time. And Teresa will show you, if you're using a shopping bag, you're just gonna grab one handle in each hand, back's bent over, and you're gonna pull up, fist towards the ribs, and back down, okay? So that's your 3rd movement. Your 4th movement, we're gonna be using the chair again. This time you're gonna be laying on the ground with your feet bent so that your heels are just at the end of the chair here. You're gonna keep a tight core on, and then you're gonna lift your heels just off the chair, and you're gonna bring them down and around the chair, back up, tap your heels, down and around. This whole time, we want to keep a nice brace on the tummy. And for a little extra cueing, just to make sure you're breathing into the full tummy, you can put your hands just below your back and try to think about taking some air into the front, but also breathing some air into your hands below you. Okay? So that's movement number 4. Movement number 5 is going to be with our backpack again. And for this one, if you've got a backpack, holding the top handle is ideal. And if you've got a shopping bag, just holding onto both handles is great. We're gonna stand, we're gonna hold these bags just off our side. Lats are really well engaged, tummy's tight, and we're gonna march. Driving those knees up nice and high and not letting the bag just drag against your leg here, okay? So we don't wanna see this, we wanna see this. And we'll do that on both sides, okay? And then finally, our last chair exercise is almost the same as the last one we just did, but almost flipped over. So this time my toes are gonna go on the chair, my hands are gonna be on the ground. So I'm sort of in an inverted sort of plank position here. And then one at a time, I'm gonna bring a chair, foot down from the chair and tap to the ground. And this whole time, I'm gonna keep my hips nice and high. I'm not gonna let them droop, and I'm not gonna let my hips rock side to side and fall off the chair, okay? So that's 6 movements. There are a lot of them. We are gonna do them straight through, and then we're all gonna take a rest together, okay? Now it's not a race, so Teresa and I will be going through slowly, rep by rep, to make sure you guys are keeping up. If you fall just behind us, don't worry too much about it. We'll catch up during our rest periods. And we're gonna do four rounds. So for ease, what we've done is we've made the rep ranges for everything in a range of 12 reps, okay? So we're gonna do 12 front squats. We're going to do 12 side crunches on the chair on each side. We're gonna do 12 rows. Then when we're laying on our back, bringing our feet off the chair, we're doing 12 again. We'll stand up, we'll hold the bag on one side and we'll do 12 marches, and then we'll switch to the other hand and do another 12. And then finally, we will put our hands on the ground, feet up on the chair, and we'll do 12 total, 6 each side, okay? So that's 6 movements, 12 reps each movement. Teresa and I will coach you through as we go. And when we finish one round, we'll rest a minute and we'll do 4 rounds, and that'll be our workout for today. So if everybody is ready, we're getting our backpack into our front squat position, or your shopping bag into front squat position. So whatever's most comfortable for you, whether you wanna put the backpack on backwards or just hold the handles. I'm gonna hold the handles. So it's Teresa. Big breath in. And here we go for 12. Again, just getting as much depth as you're comfortable with. You don't have to get your butt right to the floor. But make sure, whatever depth you go with, you can keep a nice neutral spine.
4 to go. Yeah, 4 to go. 10.
And one more, and that's 12. Great. So we're gonna put our back down to the side, and we're gonna come over to our chair, and we're gonna get into our side plank position. So elbows on the chair, top leg is forward, bottom leg is back, hand on the back of your head, and then bring the elbow to the knee. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're returning to your side plank position each time. That foot comes back to the ground. Top leg is firmly planted into the ground. That's 12. Great. And then we're going to flip to the other side.
Those are hard, guys.
The top leg firmly planted, elbow firmly planted under your shoulder, hand on the back of your head, and bringing your elbow to your knee for 12. Hips stay up. I think that was 12?
Yep.
Excellent.
Ugh.
So we are standing up. We're going to bring our bag back in front of us. Again, whether you're using a backpack or a shopping bag, you need a handle for each hand here. We're going to push the hips right back, load up the hamstrings and glutes a little bit, shoulders pulled down, and then pulling those elbows back and up as the hands come towards the ribs. Keep the tummy tight. So 11 and 12. Excellent. So our next one, we're going to be laying on the floor. Heels are up on your chair. So let's come to our back. Get into a position where when your knees are bent, just your heels are on the edge of the bench here. And again, if you want to put your hand under your lower back for cueing, you can. Big breath into the stomach. Squeeze it tight, and bring the feet down and out around the chair and back up to just tap the heels on the chair. And again, we're going to go for 12 total here.
Nine, 10,
12. Okay. We are coming back up to a standing position. And next up, we're doing our single arm carry or a march. So I'm going to grab this on one side. Teresa grabs hers on one side. Nice and strong. Drive the knees up. Don't let yourself tip over. And it's 12 total marches on this side. And then we're going to switch to the other side. You want to stay really tight through the lats, really tight through the core. And even on your free hand, you're making a strong fist to hold tension.
Oh.
Excellent. And then our last exercise in the circuit, we're going to put our toes up on the chair, hands are on the ground. And if this one makes you dizzy, you can just keep your feet on the ground rather than on the chair and bring them out to a tap. But we're going to elevate here. And it's just 12 total, 6 each side. Keeping those hips high, glute squeezing, core squeezing. Excellent. That is one round of our circuit.
Fist bump.
Please grab a sip of water. We're going to take about a minute rest.
So what I'm gonna actually do, because I found, I don't know about you guys at home, but I found that on the row, I probably could have used a little bit more weight. So 2 things, you could just add a little bit more weight to the same bag, or if you have 2 bags, you can think about
Good call.
pulling. But you only have about 60 seconds left. So I'm gonna run downstairs.
She's just going to go grab a second bag, try and load it up with more weight. She's a hero today. Oh, she's just putting more weight into one bag rather than grabbing a second bag. But she is going to load up more weight. And based on how you felt with that first round of the circuit, please feel free to do the same. If you want a little more weight on anything, grab a few more cans, toss them in.
Okay.
Hopefully when the workout's over, you just pull out a meal and lunch is ready for you. Nice and easy.
Ready to go.
Okay, shall we?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, so we are starting round number 2, and we're starting from those front squats again. I'm gonna load mine right onto me this time. So my hands are free. And big breath in, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the tummy, and drop. That's 6, we're halfway. 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. Okay. Next are the dreaded side crunches.
Ooh.
And if,
My chair is made of wicker, so it's really hurting my elbow. But it's okay, I can get a mat after. I should have done that before.
okay, so hand on the back of your head, bottom leg comes through towards your elbow, and crunching. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Elbows on. Right under your shoulder. Top leg is forward. Bottom leg comes through to crunch. Six, halfway. 12. Very nice. Okay, on to our pen lay row. Get your bag in front of you. You want to really hinge those hips back. Make sure you're loading up the hamstrings so we're not taking on a whole lot of weight on the low back. And then hands towards the ribs. Nine, 10, 11, and 12. Beautiful. Next one, we are on our back, heels are on the chair. Find that position where your knees are bent at about 90 degrees and it's just your heels on the edge. Big breath into the stomach. Squeeze it tight, remove the feet, bring them to the ground and back up to just tap the edge of your chair with your heels. Six. 8, almost there. 11 and 12. Okay, working our way back up. We've got our suitcase carry marches or our farmer's carry marches. Get that bag just on one side, shoulders set back, lats engaged, stomach and glute squeezing, and we're marching for 12. 8. 12, and switch sides. Lats engaged. Knees driving up. 10, 11, and 12. And then onto our last movement. Toes are on the chair, hands are on the ground. And again, if this one you don't love being upside down, just keep your feet right on the ground and tap them out to the side. Same sort of motion. Ten, 11, and 12. Good. That is 2 rounds down. And our window is only open a crack. I'm going to let more air in. I am getting hot. I don't know about you guys.
I left it just a crack because you can hear everything from outside.
You guys might hear the UPS driver coming by.
And we might have followers in the park across the street by the time we're done. Maybe if people are interested in a workout. I'm gonna get So I'm gonna get a mat to just cushion my chair here while we rest. Grab some water, make any adjustments that you need so that your exercises are challenging you comfortably.
And not totally destroying the skin on your elbow like the side plank is doing to Teresa.
You see? Battle scars. Okay, I think we're ready to go again. It's been about a minute. Are you guys ready? Let's do it.
Okay, backpacks in front of you, shopping bags in front of you, holding them tight to your chest or strapping it right on for squats. Here we go. Ten, 2 more, 11, and 12. Good. And then into side planks. What's that comment we got?
You shamed us into more cans. Beautiful.
No
Yay.
shame. No shame in getting stronger. Okay, hand behind your head, side plank. Fight the urge to let those hips drop. And 12. Good. Flipping sides, elbows set.
Now, if you're off our count, guys, just go as you're ready to.
Yeah. Everything is on a 12 rep range to keep it simple. Good, that's 12. Okay, we are on to our Pendlay rows. So remember, on the Pendlay row, the bag comes right back to the floor every time. Not holding it in the hands the whole time. My bag is touching the ground, so as Teresa's shoulders are pulled back, pull to the ribs. And 12. Beautiful. We are on our backs. This one's my favorite. Not because it's lying down or anything. No reason. Just because. Big breath into the stomach. Squeeze it tight. And send those legs down and out into a straight position. It's 8. 12. Very nice. We're coming back to our standing position next. And we're going to go into our marches. So, get your bag in one hand, shoulders back, lats engaged, glutes and tummy squeezing. Drive those knees up. 8, 10, 12. Same thing on the other side. Squeezing tight. 12. Very nice. And into our last movement. Toes on the chair, hands on the ground. Brace the core and come down to touch. $11 and 12. Beauty. 3 rounds down, guys. Just one more to go.
Give your quarantine buddy a fist bump if you're working with one. Lindsay, if you're here, give a little fist bump to Ellie Mae's paws. Jenna, if you're here, you can shout out to Orion, who's probably locked up in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1 minute. Grab some water. I'm trying to think of any exciting news that I have for you, but no. Oh, we got some dog books. Thank you so much for all of your recommendations. We've been doing some hearty reading and watched even Caesar Milan's first episode of Caesar Milan.
There's this terrible
Dog
chihuahua in that episode.
Oh yeah, Chihuahua named Nunu.
So, anyways, we're getting a chihuahua.
We are definitely not getting a 12, but we've learned lots so far. It's all about calm, assertive energy.
Everything's fine. And Anne Marie knocked her laptop over from fist bumping it.
Oh no!
It's a very solid fist bump.
And Lindsay fist bumps and paw prints. Love it. Okay, let's get started, guys.
Okay, last round. Everyone, fourth round coming up.
Make it count. Everything you got, all the cans you got.
Every single can in your pantry should be in here now. Alrighty. If we're set, big breath in and drop it into a squat. And we're going for 12.
Big glute squeeze at the top.
That is 12. Excellent. Side plank crunch coming up next. Elbow under the shoulder, top leg forward. And then bringing the elbow to the knee. And the knee to the elbow. $11, 12. Okay, and get set up again on the other side. Big breath, and here we go. $11 and 12. Whew. Okay, pen lay rows. Bags on the floor in front of you. Hips are hinged back, back is neutral. Shoulders are down and pull into the ribs. It's 12.
Yay.
Laying on your back, heels up on your chair. Teresa's got her hands under her back for some cueing. That's a 3D breath. And go.
Squeeze the butt. Legs are active.
That is 12. Okay, guys, almost there. One more bag exercise, one more chair exercise. We've got our marches. Get that bag off your side in a strong position and drive those knees up for 12. 12, beauty. And on to the other side. Go for it. That is 12. Whew. Last movement on the day. Toes are up on the chair, hands are on the ground. Strong plank position and tapping the floor. And 12.
You made it.
Quick and dirty. 4 rounds. Big circuit. I had fun with those bags. That was a good time. Something different.
And you can use those weight creativity examples for any of the exercises that we've shown you on any of our videos as well. You don't have to have all the fancy equipment to make your workout a little bit more resistance-based. So some ideas for you to take away with you from today. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments here or on our Facebook page. And have a wonderful day.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Go get a stretch in.
Woo!